Did you know that mental health disorders affect about 1 in 5 adults in the United States alone? That's a staggering statistic, highlighting the prevalence and importance of understanding our mental health. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the signs that our mental health might be suffering. Stress, anxiety, and depression can creep up on us, impacting our daily lives without us even realizing it. So, how can you tell if your mental health is taking a downturn? By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of these signs and hopefully feel more empowered to take positive steps towards better mental well-being. Number 1 is losing interest in the little things that used to bring you joy. If you find yourself neglecting hobbies or activities you once loved, it could be a sign that something deeper is going on. Remember that feeling when you'd spend hours engrossed in your favorite hobby? Maybe it was painting, playing an instrument, or losing yourself in a good book. When we're struggling mentally, those activities might not hold the same appeal. It's like the colors have faded a bit and the joy feels further away. If you find yourself neglecting hobbies or activities you once loved, it's important to take notice. Number 2 is feeling withdrawn or not wanting to socialize as much. While we all have days when we prefer solitude, a persistent lack of interest in social interactions might indicate a shift in your mental health. Now, I'm a bit of an introvert myself, so I totally get the appeal of a quiet night in. All need our alone time to recharge. But there's a difference between enjoying solitude and actively avoiding social interactions. When our mental health takes a dip, even the thought of engaging with others can feel exhausting. We might cancel plans more often, find excuses to avoid gatherings, or just generally feel less enthusiastic about connecting with friends and family. It's like our social batteries are constantly drained. This withdrawal can stem from various factors, including feeling overwhelmed or anxious. If you find yourself consistently withdrawing from social situations, it's a good idea to explore why that might be. Number 3 is inconsistent sleep pattern. We all know that consistent sleep is vital for our physical and mental health. But when our mental health is struggling, sleep can become elusive. If you're tossing and turning at night, staring at the ceiling while your mind races, you're not alone. Insomnia is a common symptom of various mental health conditions, like anxiety and depression. On the flip side, excessive sleeping can also be a red flag. Whether you're struggling to get enough sleep or finding yourself oversleeping, inconsistent sleep patterns can wreak havoc on our mental well-being. So if you're noticing significant changes in your sleep patterns, it's crucial to pay attention to what your body might be trying to tell you. Number 4 is feeling constantly drained. Have you ever woken up after a seemingly full night's sleep, only to feel like you could sleep for 10 more hours? This feeling is the essence of mental exhaustion. Feeling drained or fatigued even after getting adequate rest is another common sign that our mental health might need some attention. It's important to remember that mental and emotional stress can manifest physically. This constant fatigue can make even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming. We might find ourselves procrastinating more, avoiding responsibilities, and just generally lacking the energy to engage with life fully. If you're chronically feeling drained, it's essential to rule out any underlying medical conditions and consider the role that mental health might be playing in your energy levels. Number 5 is increasing anxiety levels. Let's be real for a second, we all experience anxiety from time to time. But how can you tell if your anxiety is typical, everyday worry, or a sign of something more? One indicator is the persistence and intensity of your anxiety. Is it a fleeting feeling that passes quickly, or does it linger throughout the day, casting a shadow over everything you do? Persistent worrying, feeling on edge, or having difficulty relaxing can all be signs that your anxiety might need some extra attention. You might find yourself overthinking situations, anticipating the worst possible outcomes, or feeling restless and agitated. Anxiety is a highly treatable condition, and there are effective strategies and resources available to help you manage it. Number 6 is feeling mentally and emotionally scattered. Have you ever felt like your brain was a browser with a million tabs open, all vying for your attention? That is the feeling of being mentally scattered. Feeling mentally scattered or emotionally overwhelmed is another incredibly common sign that our mental health might be struggling. We might feel easily distracted, have difficulty concentrating, or struggle to remember things. Emotionally, we might feel like we're on a roller coaster ride, with our moods fluctuating wildly. Little things that wouldn't normally faze us might trigger intense emotional responses. If you're finding it increasingly difficult to focus, or just feel like you're in a constant state of mental chaos, do to take a step back and prioritize your mental well-being. Number 7 is struggling to focus or maintain attention on tasks. Remember those times when you'd sit down to work, determined to power through, only to find yourself staring blankly? We've all been there. When struggling to focus becomes a recurring theme, it can be a sign of something deeper. Our brains can feel like they're running in a million directions. Constantly getting sidetracked or struggling to follow conversations can be frustrating. If you notice a decline in concentration, address it, rule out any underlying medical conditions. Number 8 is having impulse control challenges. We all make impulsive decisions. But when we're struggling with our mental health, our impulse control can nosedive. It's like the part of our brain responsible for thinking things through takes a vacation. We might overspend, engage in risky behaviors, or say things we regret. Stress and emotional drain can impact impulse control. Acknowledging your struggle is a sign of strength. Number 9 is struggling to stay grounded. Have you ever felt like you were just going through the motions, disconnected from the present moment? Feeling disconnected or struggling to stay grounded in the present moment is another sign that your mental health might need some attention. It's like our minds are constantly drifting to the past, replaying old memories and regrets, or fast-forwarding to the future filled with worries and anxieties. This disconnect from the present moment can make it difficult to find joy in everyday experiences. We might feel numb, apathetic, or like we're just existing, not truly living. If you're struggling to stay grounded, it's essential to find ways to reconnect with the present moment. This might involve practicing mindfulness, engaging in activities that bring you joy, or seeking support from a therapist or counselor. Recognizing these signs early can be crucial for taking proactive steps towards better mental well-being. If any of these resonate with you, consider reaching out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tips on well-being and self-care. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. Thanks for watching. Take care.